Hello and welcome to the new video. Now this video is about a price grill, a supply grill. This is the grill, and right now we are looking into the size, which is 200 by 150, also 8 by 6. And what I want to show in this video is that how am I doing all the pressure calculations as displayed in this tabulation, and it's being done with all the values, including the velocity pressure and total pressure at all the angles, and not just these angles but any angle between 0 and 45 degrees. So here is this size is 8 by 6, and if I give the value 105, which as per here, so here it is 8 by 6, which is this one. So at 105 the velocity pressure is 0.01, and the total pressure, if the angle is 0, it's going to be 0.024. so here it is, the total pressure is 0.024 and the velocity pressure is 0.01, so which is at 45 degrees, right? So 0.042 is the total pressure. So if I make it 0 degrees, it's going to calculate inside the family the total pressure of 0.024, which is here. So now the thing is, this is also being calculated, this is calculated inside the family, and it's being using a function, a multivariate function, depending upon both velocity pressure and the angle. So essentially what I'm doing is that actually I have created the function which is based on both the velocity pressure in inches of water gauge and the angle of the blade. So for instance, if I have this here, let's say the 0.0006 goes to 0.202 of the velocity pressure in inches of water gauge. So my this is my total pressure, and consequently I'm also calculating the pressure drop, which is the pressure drop is being calculated as a subtraction of the total pressure and the velocity pressure, which is here the static pressure. So here in this, here I have this, so the velocity pressure is in x-axis and the angle in y-axis, and I have the total pressure in the z-axis. So this, it makes as a kind of 3D surface of this multivariable function, depending on x and y, means the velocity pressure and the angle. So if I go from my 0.006 to 0.202, right, at the angle of, let's say, 0 degrees, so it goes to the total pressure goes from 0.014 to 0.475, which we can see here in this. So 0.0, so like this, so here it is 0.024, and if I move this cursor along the x-axis, which is like this, so it goes from 0.004 all the way to here, 0.2. so this, you can see it's going from 0.004 to 2. so the total value of x, well, y and z, and the z value is going from it's reaching to 0.45, which is here, you can see, which is 4.475. so I can also change the desired angle. So if I move in this direction, you can see the value of y is changing. You see, so the value of y is changing, and also consequently my z value is being calculated. So here is the shape of this, it's calculating accurately. So for instance, I can even bring in the different sizes of all the sizes are being incorporated, and I have here all the types, which if I choose to, if I can bring in all the sizes, either of all the sizes. So I can choose any other size, like this one, which is 16 by 12, right? So this is also being so if I come here and I go to system and bring a terminal, so I can bring in the new size right now, which is this, and like this. So this is 16 by 12. So if I go here 16 by 12, I have to find 16 by 12 here, which I think should be here, 16 by 10, and in the next one I should have 16 by 12 here. Alright, so let's say I give the value 590, it's going to give me the velocity pressure of 0.016, 590, right? So let's say I give this 590 and I'll give this 0, let's say, so the velocity pressure is 0.015, which is fine. 0.0156 rounded off to 0.016, right? So, and the total pressure at 0, it should be 0.036, so 0.0371, which is also fine. And then I do the total pressure minus velocity pressure to my static pressure, and it just not calculates this. It also gives me the NC value. So if I go beyond this value where I have my NC value being calculated, so let's say if I give the value here 945, so 945, so my NC is being calculated with 28. Here it's 28, and you can see that here my velocity pressure is 0.04, it is 0.04, and velocity pressure is 0.0947, which is here 0.094. And now I can change the angle. Let's say I do 22.5, so 22.5. So if you might notice that but if I change the angle, it's also changing the angle value within the family. So if I do this 22.5, it turns to 22.5 degrees angle, these plates. So here I have my total pressure 0.1136, here it is 0.114, which is just a rounded off value of 0.1136. And if I give it 45, so you'll see that it turns even more further, these plates, and here my total pressure is 0.1687, which is 0.168, right? So that's it. And yeah, so this is everything you can see here as well. That is just another program which is being used to calculate or find the function based on these values. And once I found this function, I just input the same function of calculating total pressure as a function of velocity pressure and the angle inside the family, which gives me all of these calculations. All right, so that's it for now. Thanks, have a nice time.